Today is a wonderful celebration, 100 years since Ethel, then Gallimore, set up the Sheffield Association for the Protection of Local Scenery. She was a remarkable young woman, and in many ways we're celebrating her, but we're also celebrating 100 years of extraordinary work by this branch of the CPRE. And I think this is a really important moment to recognise just what an extraordinary job they've done.
Tonight is also the launch of this book, Ethel, which is her biography that I've written with the support of CPRE and Vertebrate Press. So this is the first time that anyone's got their hands on a copy, and I'm going to be talking a bit about that later on and outlining some of the reasons that her life has been so fascinating to delve into. And it's been quite a long process of archival research and yeah, trying to find out a bit more about Ethel the person as well as Ethel the pioneer.
She was one of the most inspirational people I ever met, and I love to think of her as a young woman when young women simply didn't do what she did. In the early days, a lot of it was about stopping horrible things happening, both in and around Sheffield, but also particularly in the Peak District. Stopping quarries from expanding, stopping the Winnets from having a major road ploughed through it, stopping open cast mining, stopping overhead power lines. I mean, really extraordinary achievements for a tiny organisation, and that job has never stopped. But there's also been a much more positive side to the work throughout that time, mapping the Green Belt, mapping the national park, and now today trying to make sure that it all continues to work really well and thrive in today's equally challenging climate.
It's been really humbling and really moving for me to work out how much I owe to Ethel and to CPRE, not just for my kind of life as a amateur climber and fell runner and walker and all that kind of stuff, but as an artist as well, because everything that I hold dear in my writing is all the kind of landscape that she preserved. And one of the most exciting discoveries of finding out about Ethel was that she was a phenomenal poet in her own right. Her work is amazing, and we've been lucky enough to be able to reprint her poem, The Pride of the Peak, as part of this book, Ethel, so you can read her words and her poetry as well, and it's so good.
The fire of morn, the first to roam outdoors. Nothing can hold me, naught my freedom reigns. I am mounting like a bird onto the moors. O breeze that blows, O bounding of the earth, O white way and the grass beside the way, O lark that sings the end of winter's dearth.
It helped me a lot in terms of my studies, but apart from that, I realised the importance of the work of CPRE in terms of helping to protect the landscape and the countryside.
You really need a campaigning group that's involved in planning in the countryside, because planners themselves are sort of independent professionals. You know, they're very dry kind of people. We need them to do the technical stuff, but someone needs to do the heart and minds, and I think that's what CPRE does.
It's been a really absorbing, pleasurable evening, and it's just a reminder that CPRE outlives all of us. Protecting the national park, protecting this wonderful landscape is a job that keeps on going and going, and we need bodies like CPRE to be there and to always be there to protect this valuable landscape.
This is the very first branch, so this is our first centenary. We don't catch up nationally for another couple of years until 2026, so this is a kind of a great forerunner to have a kick-start to our centenary celebrations that are going to go over a number of years, and an amazing testament to people who care deeply about their place, about the countryside around them, and have fought so tirelessly for it over the last 100 years. It's been a brilliant evening.